Hey, everybody, it's Evan Kirstel and Jim Harris. Jim, how are you?
Hey, fantastic.
Good to see you as always in sunny Toronto. I'm here in sunny Boston at the height of summer. And surprisingly, we're going to start talking about Las Vegas, although not Las Vegas in summer, Las Vegas in January, as we have CES 2024 already on the horizon. Are you excited, Jim?
I am so excited. It's the most influential tech show in the world. And I look forward to it every single year, focusing on tech and innovation. And how is that going to change business models?
Well, let's dive into that. But first, who is Jim Harris? For those who don't know you, the two people out there who might know you, and what do you do?
So, I'm an international best-selling author. My last book is published in 80 countries around the world. And I really focus on disruption and how is disruption affecting companies and entire industries. So that's my focus, and tech is a big part of that story.
Absolutely is. I've written zero books over my career, but I have tweeted over a million times over 15 years. So maybe I should put all those tweets in a book. Maybe that would be something interesting to read. But we actually got connected through social media. We're both obsessives. I'm not sure aficionados of all these social channels, and we tend to come together at big events like CES to combine our superpowers and reach. Is it billions of impressions at this point? We might reach a billion.
Well, people might not know it, but you and I were the only two personal accounts in the top 10 accounts tweeting for CES 2023. And between us, we may have done a 500 million impressions, which is a pretty big number. And there's something called Tweetbinder, and it does analytics. And basically, Tweetbinder said between you and I, we created $1 million of value. I feel like Dr. Evil, $1 million of value at CES 2023. So, it's a very exciting show, and we have a lot to say about things.
We have a lot to say. You always have a lot to say, and you've been going for many years. I think this was perhaps this year, this January. Um, why do you call it the most influential tech event in the world? That's kind of a high bar set, is it not?
It is, but that's the tagline that CES itself uses. So, the Consumer Technology Association, which runs the show, this is their tagline. Uh, it is such an amazing show, and we're going to see, and we're kind of going to preview here what's happening. So, it's all about tech at CES, but the biggest thing is Microsoft buying a third of ChatGPT. And since it invested 10 billion in ChatGPT, Microsoft's market value has increased $750 billion. It's up 42% this year. So all we're going to hear about is ChatGPT. And there's a little video I want to play here, Evan. This is from Google's I/O Developer Conference, and there were hours of keynotes. But this is really going to sum up what happened.
Generative AI, generative AI, AI as AI, 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 uses AI, bring AI, 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 AI.
So do we need to go to CES now? That was like a preview. I think that's essentially going to be the big story. But the reality is we're in an AI hype cycle, but AI is working its way in a practical sense into our lives and our products we use, from autonomous cars to smart home devices to the Internet of Things to television, communication services. It's going to be a pretty epic display at CES in January, is it not?
It is. And all the conferences I'm going to right now, literally everything is AI. And any startup pitch has AI mentioned in it. And they're good reasons. I want to jump to slide number 11, Evan. So I don't know if you've heard about this, but this woman's name is Karen, Caryn. She's a Snapchat influencer with 1.8 million followers. And her team using ChatGPT, developed her own chatbot that they did a beta test just on 1,000 male users. And she's a virtual girlfriend. So you can talk to her for $1 a minute. And the first week with these 1,000 beta users, she made $70,000. So the run rate is at least $5 million a year. And now she has, according to her, 20,000 boyfriends. So they're all interacting with the chatbot, and it made me think about, Joaquin Phoenix movie Her. Really, the chatbot is able to emotionally connect with these boyfriends, and she's going to make $5 million a year. Now, this just shows the potential of what chatbots can do. I'm not thinking about this as a use case for businesses, but think about having a chatbot, Evan, answering your social media clients 24/365 about what you can do for them, how, they've spent $4 million on their booth for CES, but your amplification package for CES is going to help them really leverage their $4 million investment for a tiny fraction of that price. So, but to have that chatbot, just like Karen AI, answering your customers all the time, this is where business is going to go.
So you suggesting, Jim, we replace Evan with Eva, an online virtual chatbot, and I can just stay home and sit on the couch? Is that sort of the scenario? Okay.
It's not an either or, but
okay.
Think about, you don't want to answer the phone in the middle of the night from Thailand, but a chatbot could answer the phone in the middle of the night and talk to a customer in Thailand and say, hey, you're launching a new product. You want to do it at CES. We can help you with it.
Well, as intriguing as that sounds, and I am going to start working on that, by the way, it is a show for B2B technologists and buyers. I mean, it's not actually a consumer show. It's really not meant for the general public off the street. So I always find this an amazing venue to meet people, to get, thought leadership, to get heard. It's actually a big show for health tech and the Internet of Things and med tech developments. And there's, a ton of activity around EVs, something a little about, autonomous vehicles as well. Really extraordinary when you look at the breadth and scope of CES.
Yes, and there's also InsurTech and GovTech and FinTech and even baby tech.
I'm finished with babies. I don't want anything to do with baby tech. I've had to. I'm finished. But it is also a truly global event. I mean, you look outside the U.S., Asia Pac, obviously, China, France has a huge contingent, and it means you don't have to travel around the world to meet some amazing partners and buyers. Do you think?
There's a section called Eureka Park, which is where all the tiny little startups go. There are about 1,000 booths in Eureka Park, and it is fascinating to see what is new and going to change the world potentially. So I make a point of always going to Eureka Park, but the event as a whole pre-pandemic had about 3 million square feet and 175,000 attendees. This past year, it hit 100,000 attendees. It was the first really big after the pandemic event. And this year, coming up in January 2024, will be the biggest one in the last 5 years, because we had 3 years of pandemic, right? So this is going to be a huge show.
And, what's your strategy for navigating 3 million square feet of space? Do you have a jetpack or some scooter?
God.
I mean, we're getting a little bit old for this. Are we not? Or
well, first off, inside tip, take really comfortable shoes. You know, I wear running shoes with a really great supportive insole, and you'll do 20,000, 30,000 steps a day. But there are keynotes, there are booths. I spent an entire week there. I get to Las Vegas 3 days before the show begins, because the first 2 days are media days, which have really high traffic on social. In fact, some years the peak of impressions have been greater than the first day of the show. So during the media days, and then you're meeting people, and it's up early in the morning, late at night. There are demos. It's just an amazing, fantastic event. And then getting around, Uber and Lyft launched in Vegas to show high-tech people, this is years ago, hey, this is our new service, and you could get $50 of free rides. So that $5, $10 coupons. So companies will really focus on this 100,000+ people because they are the technical leaders globally. I remember Wi-Fi launching at CES, you know, to get people used to Wi-Fi, something we take for granted now. So you keep seeing these incredible innovations that are going to have a profound impact on our lives and on business down the road.
Yeah, and it really sets the scene for tech kind of for the year in many ways. So excited, and we're going to be there. We're going to be tweeting or Xing, I guess it's called now. I'm not sure. We're going to be live blogging. We're going to be live streaming. We're going to be doing video capture. We're going to be doing tweet ups face to face. We're going to be threading, Instagramming, Facebooking, all the things. So reach out to myself and Jim. And I know it seems far away, but it's really actually right around the corner. We look forward to meeting you, seeing you, and helping you achieve, you know, massive reach and scale and engagement on social media before and during CES.
Fantastic. And
all right, mic drop.
Woohoo!
One more thing. You got one more thing. What's the one more thing?
The thing I'd say is working with the two of us, you'll get the only two individuals who are in the top 10 for impressions at CES 2023. Now, there were others that were in the top 10. There was like this little magazine like called Wired. Have you heard of it? Wired.
Oh, TechCrunch. How dare they take my spot?
You know, CNET. But every other account in the top 10 was a online media firm with dozens of reporters. So you'd be in good hands working with us.
I can't wait to see you again in person, Jim, at CES. And thanks, everyone. Thanks for watching and sharing the video. Take care.